welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're looking at AMD, which is actually surging, and we're going to determine whether this stock is a right stock at this point to be part of and make some money, or should we just avoid it. All right, before I get into the technical analysis, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I make videos every day. The objective here is to find good stocks that we can make money on and build our wealth. Okay, the economy is down, the market is down. There's a lot of inflation. So if you have the capital, I would definitely consider buying stocks that are on discounted price eventually, because the market will revive and you'll be able to gain all that momentum that you might not had before the market crash. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay. So now the stock actually the resistance sitting at $119. The stock itself is closing at $117 right now, but there's a resistance, $119. What the resistance is when the stock surge and you have a peak point. After that peak point, a lot of limit order kicks in, and then the price drops and people start seeing the drop and they start selling, they're panicking, and then they're selling, and then it goes down again. There's a lot of support. Now, if you have resistance, you have a support as well. The support is nothing but, again, same thing here. A lot of investor put in the limit order saying that if the price reaches this point below or about that price, I want to get a certain amount of stocks, and you can see some surges on that as well. And then a lot of momentum picks up on the price. So right now, the resistance that we're at $119, the support we're at is $117. Now that support, if, for example, let's say tomorrow you want to get into that position, before you get into that position, you will need to know that if the stock falls below $117, it's going to go to $116, right? If it falls below $116, it's going to go to $114. If it falls below $114, the next stop is going to be $99. Okay, I could prove that right here. $99 will be your next support right here. Okay, that's pretty much after. If it falls below that point, 114 point, and then it's a free fall, right? Then you got to let it fall. Okay, there are three supports I showed you guys. Now, if it crosses that resistance, $119, then the next stop is going to be around $124. Okay, so if it goes above $119 again, that can happen in next few days, or it can happen next day. It depends on how the market is moving that day, right? So let's look at the RSI. The RSI is nothing but the relative strength index. It's like a market pressure, how much market is willing to buy this or selling this stock. Anything above 50 means that stock is bullish, that people are buying this stock, and everything above 70 everything is overbought. Okay, that's like everybody's going bananas. And everything below 30 means that people just got rid of the stock real quick. Okay, so if you see here, for example, the price started at $128, then you see the RSI went down below 30, and look at the price, where the price went. The price went down to $111. Okay, so if you see anything started going down below 30, you already know that this is heading downhill. Okay, so if you're a long-term investor, you wouldn't really worry about that much. If you're in a long on a position, you got to know, in a long-term position, you need to just know how the stock is doing. For example, if I was to go on a daily chart for AMD and I was to see, okay, how the stock has progressed over the years. Now let's go to the monthly chart, for example. So if you're a long-term investor, for example, and you're looking at AMD at this point, right? Look at the stock. Okay, the stock was around $47 in 2000, but then stock had gone up all the way down to $164. So in the long term, if you're in a long on a position, then you would look at more like on a daily and a monthly, weekly chart. But if you're a short-term swing trader, you want to see what's going on with the market, you could just stick to 30 minutes or a 4-hour chart. That could give you a good indication where the stock is headed. Now, let me go back to the 30 minutes. It's still loading right now. Let it load up. So as I was saying, if it goes above $119 the resistance, the next stop is going to be 124. 124 is your next stop, which is again from 119 to 124. That's $5 gain, and if you have a couple of stocks on that could make you good potential. Or you could also do options as well. I usually do options, either way up or way down. So for me, I don't really care about the stock the stock itself. I'm usually making money on options as well if the stock is very volatile, and I consider this stock very volatile. Now, anything above 50, it means the stock is slightly bullish. If it's below 50, you can indicate that stock is actually going toward the bearish momentum. Now, the other thing I combine this with is MACD, which is your moving average conversion to diversion. For me, the MACD is a brown line, and histogram is your how many volume is being traded at that point. Your RSI and MACD has to be in the same position to be able to really determine if the price is going up or down. So I give you an example right here. For example, right here it's above 70, and MACD is above the signal line, which signal line is nothing but indicator that system thinks that this price is going to fluctuate around this area. But if the actual is greater than the signal line and you have the RSI is above 70, the price definitely rises at that point, and they both have to be the same direction. Right now you see RSI is going down, but MACD is sort of up. So tomorrow you'll have to see whether the MACD goes along with the RSI or the RSI pushes MACD further up and the stock crosses that $119 barrier and it goes up. Okay, if it goes down, it has certain stages that it will go down between, which is 117. If it drops from there, 116 from there, it's 114. Now let's see what the analysts are thinking about the stock and what do they say about the stock. So analysts, they're about 20 plus analysts laid out their analogy on this, and some of them think the stock is going to hit $200. Some of them think stock is going to be averaging about $154, and some of them thinks the stock is going to reside around $125. So the analysts also thinking the stock is going to be definitely more than $120. So, but again, it all comes down to the trading. If you're trading long term, short term, where your goals are. I usually trade options as well. So for me, I'm more interested in the daily chart and in a minute chart and see how the price is fluctuating. And I could usually find my entry point based on MACD and RSI, and usually works out great for me. So, and as far as market itself is concerned, the NASDAQ Composite Index was up 1.62%. Which is a good sign. Yesterday, Dow Jones fell 600 points, and now today it was up 600 points. So with all being said, if you're looking at AMD, just note these prices on my screen, and you could sort of set your targets, accordingly. So hopefully you found something informative. If you did, please do hit that subscribe button and do like that video. I'll be making more videos as such. So thank you so much. Talk to you guys next video.